back.
Hey, there's some stuff going on. I want to get right into it. I know Australia is just going bonkers, nuts. And I have friends over there, and they said all of a sudden a huge lifting occurred. And these are very sensitive, pretty psychic friends after that big earthquake. And I kind of have a pretty good idea what happened there, but I wanted to start out there. What's your information concerning that earthquake there in Australia?
Yeah, that's taking out tunnels that are coming up from Tasmania. Underneath Tasmania, essentially the whole underneath of it is a dome, and that's coming up into Melbourne. There's two big ones there. One that was at I can actually share, if you give me share screen, I can show it on the USGS. But there were two big ones. One was at 5.9. That was the biggest one. And then the other was at 4.1. And those are both at the standard. People are gotten familiar now. The operating depth for the domes when they first do it, and the maglevs usually run it. It looks like 10 kilometers on the USGS, but what it actually is that 33,000 feet, how they love their numbers in their code. So
Yeah.
those are two big tunnels that go from Melbourne up to Canberra. So they're isolating between Melbourne and Canberra so they can lock out Canberra and take the stuff out there. Melbourne's pretty much clean, but they're working on getting ready to do Canberra and locking it down now.
What about Pine Gap?
Pine Gap's still going on. It's so massive. It goes all the way to the center of the earth. The Agarthans are coming up in the Patalans and Shambhalans in from the inner earth. And they've been working on that for 4 months. They're down to about 200 kilometers down, going from the top down. I don't have the intel to know how far the inner earth types are coming up, how far they are up, but they're coming at it from both ways. So they can't, and they pretty much 6 months ago, there were earthquakes ringing all the way around and Australia so that it's completely locked out and they can't get out of there. So they have nowhere to run. And they've been doing that for quite a while with Africa too, locking it down. So when they get to doing that, as you know, the Draco left Antarctica and they had isolated Antarctica completely, and then coming through Camp McMurdo base, there was a lot of lower level NEZIs coming through there because they evacuated, and then the Cabal actually was able to get in there before everything was blown up and got what's known as the crystal. It's a crystal that could reset timelines, and they did that. And the Alliance got it and reset the reset. So that was removed. So, I mean, it's a lot of back and forth crazy stuff going on. And they're continuing to do from the Falklands all the way down. They're taking out a big, huge facility now that's in the Sandwich Islands. And then also they're working in Johannesburg. They're isolating Lesotho. So right now they're just south west of Johannesburg, going a 5 kilometer, which is the other main depth for the maglevs and the tunnels. That's coming down all the way from the waterway. It's deeper when you get up in the middle. It's 10 kilometers deep, going on the waterway that goes underneath the Democratic Republic of Congo and Kabalo. And so that one also happened this week. And then as did Soweto. And Soweto was happened 4.4 there. So the alliances, like you said, there's so much going on. They're also continuing to work on the dome that goes from the Vatican through Albania. They're working in Albania now. There was a 10 kilometer or 33,000 feet in KRUJE with a double dots over the E. Kruje. It's probably not even correct because I don't know how the double dots are pronounced, but that's in Albania. And then from Albania, there's a tunnel they found that goes all the way to Geneva, Switzerland. It's completely full of gold. They're estimating it's in the septillions of dollars of gold. So they're working on that right now. They're in Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Maglev at 10 kilometers, working on that tunnel going up towards, all the way up towards Switzerland, and getting that gold out of that tunnel. When they cleaned out going down through Greece about 5 months ago, they were going through the middle of Greece. It goes out through Athens and then down to Jerusalem. And when, it's for people that say that's just coincidence, just 10-kilometer earthquakes. If you go back and look at those earthquakes in the middle of Greece, where that goes through the area of, let me see if I can pronounce, I'm not speaking Greek either, Trichalia and Cardissa.
Yeah.
That valley now, when the tide comes into the bay there by the islands there coming into Stilis, when the tide comes in there, they get an hour later saltwater geysers now in that valley. In Palamas and Tridaca and Creta. So I mean, saltwater geysers in the middle of Greece. It's like, that's just normal. Yeah, we always had saltwater geysers in the middle of a country. I mean, it's like, sure you did. And it's like the earthquake that happened in Mexico City just a little bit ago too. And they're saying, it was a big one. And I actually got footage of that. Somebody sent me. You can get it it's online on social media now. You could see the light cannons. There were, traffic trying to get off the earth, and they were taking them out. And there were battles in the huge cloud cover. It just happened to be completely cloudy while that earthquake was going on. And you could see all of these light cannons and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So I got share screen. So I'll share what I was just talking about on that. So this is the one that I was mentioning in Albania. And you can see it 10 kilometers there going up to Bosnia Herzegovina. Also this is the valley I was saying that it goes down through, and you can see saltwater geysers in this region now. Additionally, it goes from Rome, it arcs down, goes through Albania like this, comes down through here, and goes through between the island here. So when the tide comes in here, about an hour later, they get saltwater geysers up there now. Then also going to Africa, this is the one I was saying, the waterway coming down. They love to put dams underneath waterways. So you have this river coming down here and going underneath this area here. And then it goes all the way down to Soweto, southwest of Soweto. You can see here at the 5-kilometer depth, and they're isolating it. So Lesotho is one of the largest, essentially the largest dome on Earth. It's this whole area is a dome. All of South Africa up into Namibia and Botswana and over under Mozambique. They've already isolated all of that. It's quite a while ago. And they also did last year, they did the islands coming this way and isolated the dome under Madagascar as well. And then the one I was talking about in the Sandwich Islands, you can see all the activity there. That's a lot of activity there. And then up in the US, they've been doing Puerto Rico for ages. It's like almost 3 years that this area off of Ponce has been going very active. You can see the maglev coming in, and they're working that. They're also going through Dominican Republic here. So that's a deep one that actually goes down towards the center of the earth. It comes up down through here and comes up like that. Then they're doing one that runs right straight down from in the US. It's really obvious because it's so like a beeline. It's like really, really obvious. So you can see it here. See if I can get the line up here. I zoom out a little so people can see it. Where was that? Oh, this is another one. You can see the line here of 9 and 10 kilometer depths here. And they have to go up and down as you go under the waterway there. But this one here, you can really see there's, let me adjust my date here. Let me see what my time frame is so we can see it here a little more. Weird, I got rid of them. That's why I get added more days and I get less earthquakes. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, there we go. We'll just go back to 7 days and fine, be that weird way. So you can see the line coming straight down here, down the border between Colorado, going straight down. And then it crosses underneath the Mexican border here, coming through here in La Salle, Utah. There's another one that does that same thing here again, coming down through Texas. They run shallower in Texas because of the oil fields. So they have to run shallower. But and then they're still working in Stanley, Idaho, which is a huge facility there that they're working. But you can see this one, they just come straight down here. So here's another straight line coming down from this area right here on up near Yosemite. And it comes straight through here and through there. And you can just track the lines that go straight under the borders, and that goes down into the what I call the coat hanger base. If you look on Raspberry Swirl in this area, you can see on the bottom of the ocean what looks like a coat hanger. It's just like they have much better water penetrating radar. And then you can see they're still working on the line that goes up through the Crest Ridge, or Ridge Crest, I'm sorry, going that way. So that's a lot of activity there that's going on. Then some other, let me see if I can pull up.
Are they going to repurpose these things later once they clean them all out? It'd be a shame for all that work to go to waste, but
a lot of them are actually being repurposed already for kids they're rescuing, as you know, and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a lot of repurposing. Some of them are so disgusting, they just get rid of them.
Yeah, that's. I think salt water is such a cleanser. You know, it cleans out all that psychotronic energy or psychometrized energy into the rock and everything.
The demonics don't like free flowing salt water too much either.
Yeah.
So got the one on Mexico City now. Let me cue that up here. This is really good. It makes
they just had a big quake in Mexico.
Yeah, this is the one that, and they said that, and I talked to a guy that's been there for, I mean, he grew up in Mexico. During the big, huge quake, he had to go into the big coliseums and stuff and identify bodies of his family that died in the quake. And this didn't occur during that earthquake. It actually stayed in
Vente para acá.
Está cerrado, pero el otro lado no.
I can hear that's pretty unusual sounding. That's not your normal thunder.
That's exactly the first thing. Yeah, there's no rolling boom to it. It's just like bam, like one big explosion. There's no
actually sounds, it's a technology they call the trumpet that was used on one of the technologies used on the trade towers actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the explanation they used is that the Mexico is built on a swamp, so it's when the earthquakes happen, it causes it to settle, create friction, static electricity discharges. It's like, yeah, first time ever though.
Yeah. Well, we were tapping in to find out where we're at right now, and they said there's only about 9% of the reptilians left. There's a little bit more of the gray lines. They're finishing that up, but the numbers are way down. And A lot of the stuff we're having to deal with now is just all the messed up humans that sold their souls, to
Yeah,
these programs.
and then the hybrids.
Yeah, and the hybrids.
So yeah, I was watching a thing by a guy that's was a man in black. He recorded it back in, I think it was the 90s, and he was talking about what's coming at that time. And he goes, if there's a big, huge pandemic in 2017, 18, somewhere in that time frame, you'll know that what I said is true.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, guess what we have?
Mhm.
And he goes into the indigo skyfold, which is chemtrails, the fluorides, the whole 9 yards. Is really well done. Now, I don't know if people have seen that, but I could just show it a minute of it's,
Yeah,
it's
I
about
did
10 minutes, but you've probably seen it.
see that one. That was definitely a good one. I've been telling people for a long time, since the
It's
80s.
like, this is a news feed here.
Milley is being protected by the White House, State Department, and Pentagon from calls for his resignation.
I have confidence in Joe Milley.
An upcoming book reveals
I
during
have
the
confidence in Diddy's cabal.
Yeah.
administration, General Milley made calls to the Chinese before the election and just days after the January 6th attack at the Capitol to try
Yeah,
to
it just happened to do it then.
calm Chinese fears of an attack. The book also reports Milley told others he needed to be included in any decision making if former President Trump were to try to launch a nuclear weapon.
Think about that statement.
Yeah.
That who has the football then if he can launch nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's really the president?
Says
then?
all the calls were done in the open and were not unusual.
Wait
yeah,
until
sure.
we
Of
hear
course they're
what
gonna say that.
General Milley and others have to say.
Well,
We're
that
actually
is
the
true what they're
first-
saying, that it's not unusual because treason is pretty much the norm right now.
Oh, this is treason. This is treason. Yeah, and then for people to know what to do regarding the jab, have you seen this one? This is really excellent. This guy did this.
They're not just for the bosses. They're actually there to protect you.
Because Biden is saying he's going to use OSHA to
Yeah.
mandate. And so this is,
They've
it goes
all
both
forgotten.
ways, is what he's saying.
Mhm.
Look, I can't be any
Not just
more
for the boss.
what's the name of this? It's for you. The swims are for you. You have the legal right to ask for them. You have to ask for them. You have to say to your boss, okay, mate, look, you want me to take a Pfizer jab? Great. I'm going to go and I'll take it. But provide me with the information, the safety data sheet and the swims that your company is telling me to go and take. And I want it given to me by the safety department, by my works, HR.
If you don't have safe departments through the human rights, the HR department, I've already checked. This is true in the VA. It's true in the entire US. This is Australia, but it's still the same here.
Yeah.
Or safety department.
Swim.
It's that simple. They have to give it to you. And as I said, if they don't give it to you,
Safe work method statement, swims.
write to them. Don't verbalize anything then. Write to them and say, I've asked you for the safety data sheets for the Pfizer jab and the accompanying swims that you have read to make sure that it's safe for me, the worker, to take. It's that simple. And I'm going to tell you this much, right? Some of these companies are going to start looking at these safety data sheets on the Pfizer one, especially, and the other ones I haven't looked at them. They're going to go, oh my God, what did I just take?
Yeah.
Because people haven't spent 5 minutes to read the safety data sheets, which actually tell you that there's no data available. They haven't tested it long enough. They tested it on rats for 3 weeks or whatever it was.
They stopped because the rats died.
Yeah, I know that.
In it.
We just have a thing.
And it brought it-
Dead ferrets don't lie, That's
Reminds
It was
me
a
of
big-
the Monty Python, and this parrot is deceased.
get out of jail clause.
This is what he's talking about. You have the date you sign it, worker signature, name of the worker. You have to get the SDS, the safety data sheet. They have to give that to you. They can't mandate that unless they give that to you. It's not it's against the law. The law goes both ways. It's not just one way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, everything they're doing is against the Constitution and the Nuremberg Code. So
yeah,
that's what that one doctor, he just nailed them, and they're putting him on notice, which needs to happen. Look, you're violating this and this and this, period. I'm putting you on notice. And so from then on, it's like, well, we all know what happened at the Nuremberg Code. I think
yeah.
everybody there died.
Trials. At the Nuremberg trials, I was just following orders, didn't cut it. It's not going to cut it this time either.
Yeah.
It's genocide. It doesn't matter what you want to say.